A lot of you Sony fanboys did not want this remake, man. I feel you so much on that. I didn't feel like it was necessary either, but if this is a new direction that they're going in, and this just is pretty much a appetizer of what's later on to come in the generation, if you look at it that way, then you can kind of accept it a little more. You can be like, okay, now we really can see the power of the PS5 and then the PS5 Pro when it comes out. So it's going to be double, the graphics, and everything is probably going to be at 60 FPS and 120 FPS on the Pro. So there's probably the frame rate dropping and all that is probably going to be over later on in the generation. And I know you guys like, man, well, why we gotta wait to the Pro, man? We want to get the graphics, we want to get these new IPs pushed out there soon as possible, so we can just move forward, move ahead, because they know Xbox Game Pass is on the rise. They know it's on fire right now. Like, so they're over there doing their thing at Xbox, and now we got remakes over here that we're trying to deal with, but we want to go in a new direction, but Sony don't want us to go in a new direction. So it's like, okay, we're stuck with the remake right now, so let's just focus on the remake on The Last of Us. The game looks amazing. The game looks amazing, and it was rebuilt from a new PS5 engine and technology. Now this is not a remaster, so we don't want the fans to get confused. Oh man, this is just a remaster. This is just like the one that was on PS4 or whatever when they remastered it or whatever. There's like, no, it's not. And you can definitely tell the frame by looking at the trailers and some of the gameplay. You can definitely tell they did a lot of upgrades to this game. Now, it's not completely different, but being that it's coming to PC as well, the PC gamers, the PC fanboys are going to be amazed at what they can do with this game. Now, PlayStation fanboys, on the other hand, they may be like, bro, how many we know you believe in generations, but how many generations are we going to have to play this same game? But we know it's a cash grab, and for the price, the fans aren't really too thrilled about the price either. Like, the fanboys, the Xbox fanboys are cracking jokes. They're roasting Sony for the $70 price tag over here, and which is rightfully so. They shouldn't be charging. Even Sony fanboys said the same exact thing, bro. You should not be charging $70 for a remade game. It's 45, 50 at the most. Some people even say it's only worth 30, bro, because all you're doing is copying and pasting, but you're just upgrading the graphics. You're just going back in, doing touch-ups to the characters, reacting, and that's not really a fully remade game. Yeah, you're rebuilding the characters in the landscape, but you're just adding the touch-ups through the new engine. So basically, you're copying and pasting, and you're doing drop-ins and fill-ins. So you're not really moving the game ahead because you're not making another one. We should have came out with like another Last of Us for the new generation, completely start over, tell the story in a different way. You are allowed to do that. You can make a completely new Last of Us and just completely start a whole franchise over and remake the whole entire game. But that would have took 4 to 5 years to do, and they weren't really prepared for this generation. Like I said from jump, I don't think either side was prepared, due to the fact that all of the delays on Xbox side and PlayStation side as well, and the lack of information that we're getting from the games and the developers. Nobody's really telling us, hey, yo, we're shot to this exact date right here, and that's what we're sticking with. We've been having so many delays on Xbox side, so it's like the new thing. PlayStation, we have big AAA bangers being delayed all throughout the year, which is so unfortunate. We're ready to get our game on, and it's like we're being held back for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. And that's unfortunate that the gamers can't really focus on gaming, and that's when the console wars come into play, because we're both betting on each side. We're betting on Xbox is going to win this generation, and we're betting on PlayStation may win this generation. But we can't stop Sony from doing these stupid deals, these Decepticons, these greedy, low down, low life grimy Sony stop doing these little side deals that's messing the name up for PlayStation. They're just messing, they're damaging their own brand. Like, that's crazy to think that money will make some people do that. And that's why they're so in on doing remasters and remakes, because they feel like, hey, we don't have to, if we can get away with AAA bangers like Last of Us and we can milk it, we're gonna do it. We're all in. Now, they don't want to listen to the developers, and we all have heard Sony is kind of hard to deal with and work with in certain areas. Now, certain stuff they are cool with, like they're okay with locking down exclusive games and titles and backdoor deals, but they don't want to create a new IP, and that's what a lot of Sony fans are used to doing. So the Sony fanboys are like, hey, wait a minute, time out. Wait a minute. Where are the new IPs that we were promised for PS5 generation? I know you guys, you heard the same thing that I heard. We believe in generations. So you can take that with a grain of salt. You can take it as, okay, they're going to do all remasters this whole entire generation. They're going to do all remasters and remakes. And then they're going to so often come out with a new AAA banger, and the excuses they can keep using where the game is going to take a lot longer to make. Meanwhile, they're doing little nasty little scheming. Sony is doing little nasty little scheming backdoor deals, charging their fan base $5 billion, a 30% tax. That's why they're doing remakes, because the money is going elsewhere in other projects. They're trying to make movies and shows with the gaming money. How are you gonna mix the two? Like, they should divide. They should really separate them. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Last of Us fan, and I love Joel. I love the story driven game. I love the cutscenes. I love all of that. Yes, that right there is the kryptonite to every fan that loves PlayStation story-driven single-player action adventure games. That is the DNA right there. And Sony knows they have a gold mine. That's why they are using that to manipulate and brainwash everybody, so we can forget about the $70 price tag. Oh, well, we're gonna need this for the new engine and all that. Hey, time out for a minute. If you need it now, why didn't you need it in the PlayStation 4 generation? If you'd have been charging $70 for most of your games in PS4, it wouldn't be an issue, because you'd be like, okay, we're upgrading to the Pro. So as soon as the PS4 was announced, Pro was announced, the game should have automatically went to $70, because pretty much that's all you're playing now. It's PS4 games. None of these games are all strictly just PS5 games. It's only like here and there, like they're just breadcrumbing you with only PS5 games, and we all kind of know most of them are pretty much can still play on PS4 Pro. Come on now, let's be real. Which is that's a good or a bad thing. I leave the Sony fanboys to judge that, because that's what they do. But if we can move in a different direction or a new direction, if Sony would just allow PlayStation to move in the direction that they want to go, and that's new IPs. These remakes and remasters, they're cool, but for the $70 price tag, man, I'm not feeling that part for the whole Sony fan base, for the whole PlayStation fan base. I'm not feeling that part, because somewhere in my gut feeling at the beginning, I told you guys, I said they're being greedy, they're cash grabbing, and they're backstabbing their own fan base for their own greedy personal use. They want to put some in tech. They may want to make phones and laptops and headphones and TVs. And then on the other hand, that's the tech part. And on the other hand, they want to make movies and production companies and make these big blockbuster hit movies. And then you have PlayStation over here just kind of like getting breadcrumbed. And the fan base is like losing. Meanwhile, oh, that's okay, but we can make up for it by pushing everything to PC. We're gonna make that lost money through PC, and they know kryptonite is the exclusives. Nobody can deny Sony have had a gold mine with PlayStation with these exclusives. Now they don't even have them to themselves anymore. Maybe this been their plan all along. Who really knows? They know when if things got rough, we have these exclusives. You know, if you have a good product You have something everybody wants, right? You know this. So you can, it's so much value there with these exclusives. Sony can push these remakes out for another couple years and still be good, and only have like two new bangers come out each year. For all we know, Spider-Man and Wolverine next year, and then a year after that, I really don't know how far out they're going. You know, I don't know if there's going to be anything else that's going to be big is Spider-Man and Wolverine and God of War this year. You see what I'm saying? So now they can push that out. And now The Last of Us remake, you know, rebuild for PS5 and slash PC. And we don't know what's coming after that. So we're just going to sit back and watch remakes and remasters for the next. So we're going to skip 2024 and 2025, 2026. So 2027, we should be expecting a new IP or a new PlayStation Plus premium live service games are coming, somewhere around that. Oh, they have a 10-year plan or a 6-year plan or something like that. That was announced by Uncle Jim over there at Sony. I know some of you guys remember that, or they're going to focus on that. That's why they bought Bungie and some more studios out there to start creating these live service streaming games for the subscription service. But it's going to be years out. So we're supposed to just sit back and just have this console war and live off of multiplats on Sony PlayStation. Because the AAA bangers are going to be coming really slow from what I'm seeing. So we're not gonna be able to have that comparison at a constant rate. You know, you're gonna have the Xbox bangers dropping, and Xbox Game Pass is going all in. I'm talking about Uncle Phil is over there at Xbox working. He's in the lab right now working. What Sony is doing, they're focusing on making their hit game AAA bangers movies and shows. And they're like, why are you funding movies and shows for your AAA bangers, and we need more AAA bangers? I was like, man, that is so much miscommunication right there. That's why we have the remakes. Now, it's an amazing game, don't get me wrong. The Last of Us, it's an amazing, I cannot deny it. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of PlayStation, but I cannot stand Sony. I'm against everything anytime I see an anti-consumer move or they backstab their fan base, I have to call them out on it. As well as Xbox. I don't like all the delays. I don't feel like Xbox was ready to even bring this generation out. I feel strongly about that. Because too many games have been delayed. Too many games they're still in the oven cooking. They weren't ready. So that's both sides. I feel like both sides have something wrong with them, and we got tired of Halo, Gears and Forza. We want something new over there. They're thirsty. I mean, we do have Hellblade and Hellblade 2 in the way. Masterpiece is marvelous. Hellblade 2 is definitely going to set a new benchmark for PlayStation to keep up with. And it's going to look way better than The Last of Us. And that is crazy to even say that. And how I'm feeling about The Last of Us, how I'm feeling about that game right now, that I just seen some new AAA bangers coming day one to Game Pass. That's going to look better than this. Sony's going to have to step their game up, because I just don't think they can win this generation, guys, if they keep up the remakes. If they keep up the remakes and they're expanding their game, they're saying the graphics, it's taking way long to build these games because of the graphics and the frame rate and just to get everything in order with the designers and the creators. It's everybody's falling out right now on Sony's side. They're not liking how the business part is being ran right now over there at Sony. PlayStation not allowed to be funded with certain games. They're pushing back deals. It's a lot of shady stuff going on behind closed doors that I don't agree with. That's why I'm delivering the news to you guys so you guys can know what's going on, and I can kind of fill in the empty blanks to try to give you guys other places to go game at while you're waiting on these AAA bangers on each side. And what I feel like PC is the way to go right now. That's why I'm going to put a link down in the description at the end of this video, guys, so that you guys can go and search for yourself, and you will be able to pretty much subscribe to PlayStation Plus Premium if you never had the experience. Even if you had a PS4 or even a PS5, if you have a PC, you guys still can go and subscribe to PlayStation Plus Premium on your laptops or on your PC desktop. That's for just PlayStation Plus Premium. Now Game Pass, you can pretty much do it all. And once you sign up for Game Pass, you can play it on your mobiles, your tablets, your new Samsung TVs, your console, and your PCs and your Steam Deck. So you're kind of like all over the place, and it's mobile, so you can even travel on your phone with Game Pass. So I will put those two down, and you just follow the directions, and you can sign up on your PC for PlayStation Plus Premium. Do not get anything else if you want a cloud game. If you're going to play on PC, you have to get PlayStation Plus Premium, okay? Do not hop on there trying to be cheap and get some extra or the other little cheap tiers. You're not going to be able to cloud game. You have to look for cloud gaming. It's not going to work. If you're going there, you're trying to be cheap, you have to get PlayStation Plus Premium. That's the only way it's going to work. So back to what I was saying about the remaster. It is a rebuilt game, okay, updated for PS5 engine and technology. This is not a remaster, okay? This is a totally rebuilt game from ground up. Now the mechanics may play the same, of course, because it is The Last of Us, and you know, a lot of fans were kind of like, you know, roasted and ragging on it, kind of, you know, pretty much beating the game down and dogging the game because of that issue. Now we're about to get to the meat and potatoes. Now I'm really about to drill Sony about this. There is no way, guys, that Sony cannot compete with Call of Duty with these type of AAA banger graphics, bro. I refuse. I'ma say it again. I refuse to listen to Sony nonsense. These Decepticons at the top, CEOs, managers, and big time bosses up there at Sony don't know what they're talking about. Did you see what Naughty Dog did with this rebuild? And you mean to tell me that Sony cannot compete and make a Call of Duty competitor with the same graphics frame rate, with a close pretty much a redesigned engine, and then targeted a first-person shooter game? You could bring two studios together? You mean to tell me you can't bring two AAA banger making studios together to create a first-person shooter? You can. If Naughty Dog and the people whoever designed Killzone come together with this new engine that's designed for PS5, I refuse to believe they can't make a competitor. Now, in order for it to be a competitor, it will have to be on three different things. It had to be on PlayStation, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PC, mobile, cloud gaming. It of course is not going to be on. It's not going to be on Xbox. But in order for them to compete, it will have to be on a lot of different platforms. They cannot be gatekeeping. Cannot be talking about only PS5, only PS4 exclusive. No, you have to be, if you're gonna give away all your AAA bangers and you're gonna go all in with PC and PlayStation, okay, Sony, you're gonna have to sign a deal. If you really want to compete, this is how you do it. You're gonna have to get those same designers, that's designing. Not, you need that engine, because this looks like this. You can definitely tell this is a whole different engine, bro. It don't look like nothing else that was on PS5 that ever came out. When you look at this game, you can tell. I don't even want to hear it anymore. I don't even want to hear Sony even. They better not even come close to saying that they cannot compete with Call of Duty in that area, in graphics area, or competing. That is crazy. I don't even want to hear it. The fan base, Sony fan base, is so strong they are going to get it regardless if it's good, bad, or ugly. Let's just be real. Those Sony ponies, they're gonna rep their hood through thick and thin, and they're gonna go down like the Titanic with Sony. So why not just go ahead and get Bungie, or whoever, let Naughty Dog give them the engine and just get to building this first person shooter game to compete. Because once this deal goes through with Activision Call of Duty deal with Xbox Game Pass and PC, we don't know if they're going to take it off PlayStation platform. Okay, that's just being real, guys. We don't know if they're going to take it away. So if they take it away, what else do PlayStation have left? Sony has to come up with something real quick. Stop being greedy and grimy for 1 second. Put that to the side and let's get back to the table and come up with a solution to compete with Call of Duty. Because in the next 2 or 3 years, if that game is wiped clean from PlayStation platform, I just don't see them competing. That extra 30% that they're getting from each sale of that game, they're gonna really be, stealing from their fans and doing them dirty. Because now they feel like they have to be even more hungry. If this is the top selling game every year, they're making this game like Maddens of the world, 2Ks, baseball. This game is coming out every year. So that means Sony was trying to say that, we don't know if we want to make an annual release every year. That's telling you they don't want to spend the funding for it. They don't want to spend it because they want to spend it elsewhere. They don't want to focus on just PlayStation. They want to spread the money out through tech and making phones and headphones and TVs and movies and all that other stuff. But they don't want to focus on the actual gold mine, and that's PlayStation. We already know that is where the bread and butter is. That is their gold mine. But Sony is so greedy in so many other areas. And if they have a greedy management in every area, this is why the company is about to go under. We don't want to see PlayStation fall because we all love their AAA bangers. Let's just be real. No one can really do it like them. We don't want to see them go out like this. But I don't think they can stand to see another company be at the top of the market, the leaders of the market. They can't. They could. Do you really think they can handle that? Like seeing Xbox at the top and Nintendo? Because once Xbox passed them, Nintendo was right behind them. So I just don't think they can handle that, and they're just going to be even more greedy, more grimy, doing more back deals, blocking rights, doing lockdown games. So we're going to see, in order for Xbox to get games like exclusive to Xbox, they're going to have to buy studios, and I think that's why Xbox have to buy studios. Because Sony have already had these little backdoor deals where they lock down so many games to these timed exclusives and exclusive deals for so long that Xbox pretty much had to buy studios to get a game made. And these studios know they have the money to do it. So Xbox gonna do it. Regardless. They don't care, they're gonna pay it. If it's what we wanna pay $7 billion, $10 billion for these studios, okay, let's do it. Because we know in the end, once it hit Game Pass and Game Pass hit 100 million subscribers, plus you're selling another 70 million something consoles, 75 million consoles, because we know this generation is going out. It's going to be a long generation. So we're going to be pushing at least close to probably 10 years lifespan on this generation, because everything is going cloud gaming. There's no reason to rush another console out there. Because if let's say if you go out 5 years right with these consoles and you come out with the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox Pro Series S and X, you can push it out another 5 years. So if we do it that way, this generation will be so long that it will give both sides the time to get that balance. But if Sony doesn't change their grimy, greedy ways and they just want to stick to remasters and remakes, I don't know, guys. I just don't know. I mean, I want to see them prosper, but doing it this way, this is the wrong way. All this bad media and publicity coming out, like they're backstabbing their fan base, they're stealing from them, they're doing blocking rights, they're trying to block the whole Activision Call of Duty deal. This ain't the old Sony of the 90s. This is not what I remember them being. This is like crazy to even be hearing these stories now. And now this is what I've been saying day one, that greedy and grimy stuff is just going to catch up with you, and it's going to damage your brand. It's going to tear them down, and they're going to abandon abandoned ship, SOS. And I'm gonna leave it right there, guys, till later on today, and we're gonna jump into some more topics. So make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be updated on all of the new latest and greatest news out here in these gaming streets, and watch out for those Decepticons at Sony.